What if the Upside Down wasn't created by Vecna, but by Eleven herself? Stranger Things is ending, and yeah, fans are losing it. Every corner of Reddit and TikTok has some wild theory, some ridiculous, some terrifyingly possible. But among all the noise, a few ideas actually make you stop and go, wait, that could work. So let's start with one of 10 theories. Theory 1. The Hawkins time loop. You've probably heard it before. The Upside Down isn't another world. It's Hawkins, stuck in time. Frozen on November 6, 1983, the exact day Will Byers vanished. Every detail matches. The missing posters, the lights, the music, even the snow-covered streets that never change. It's like someone hit pause on that moment and never hit play again. But here's where it gets dark. What if it wasn't Vecna who did it? What if it was 11, the day she opened the first gate? She didn't just tear a hole between worlds. She accidentally broke time itself. That means every fight, every death, every victory is part of a loop that keeps restarting. Hawkins keeps burning, the kids keep fighting, and none of them ever realize they've lived it all before. And the only person who remembers? Vecna. Because he was there when the loop began. If that's true, then the final season isn't just about closing the gate. It's about escaping the cycle. Theory 2. Will becomes the conduit. Ever since season 1, Will Byers has been the heart of Stranger Things. The quiet kid, the one everyone fights to save. But what if the truth is, he's the one they need saving from? Every time Will comes back, something stays with him, a shadow, a memory, a connection that won't die. He feels the mind flare before anyone else. He hears Vecna's whispers even when the others think the nightmare's over. Fans believe Will isn't just haunted, he's linked. The Upside Down marked him, not as a victim, but as a vessel. Think about it. Vecna's power has always spread through emotion, pain, guilt, fear, the exact things that consume Will. And in season 5, that bond might reach its breaking point. The theory goes that Will becomes the living bridge between Hawkins and the Upside Down, the conduit. His emotions could trigger gates. And the cruel twist? The only way to stop Vecna might be to destroy the connection. To destroy Will. It's poetic. The boy who started it all ending it. Theory 3. The Upside Down is a mirror of 1983. Hawkins. Everyone knows the Upside Down, the toxic sky, the floating spores, the sound of something breathing in the dark. But what if it isn't another dimension at all? What if it's our world frozen in time, trapped in reflection, and left to rot? Fans have noticed the clues since season 1. Every building, every car, every song on the radio, they all match Hawkins exactly as it was in 1983, the night Will Byers disappeared. The clock stopped, the lights dimmed, and time just refused to move. Some believe when 11 tore open the first gate, she didn't open a portal to somewhere new, she duplicated Hawkins, a shadow copy. That would explain everything. Why Will's house is still standing in the Upside Down. Why the Mind Flayer's power spreads through dust and memory. Why Vecna doesn't just attack Hawkins, he's haunting his own reflection. And maybe that's the real tragedy. Theory 4. 11 loses her powers permanently. It's hard to imagine Stranger Things without 11's powers, the bleeding nose, the floating objects, the quiet intensity before she strikes. But what if season 5 finally takes them away? For good. After all, her powers have already faded before twice. Once after the Mind Flayer, once after fighting Vecna. And every time it takes something from her, not just energy, but emotion, memories, pieces of herself. Now imagine this. The final battle isn't about strength, it's about choice. What if the only way to close the Upside Down forever is to give up what made her special? Her powers, the very thing that defined her. Because if you've noticed, 11's power always came with a cost. The more she uses it, the more disconnected she becomes from Mike, from Will, from being human at all. So maybe the real ending isn't her saving the world with her powers, but by finally letting them go. Theory 5. Eddie returns as Cass, the vampire knight. You remember that guitar solo in the Upside Down? That wild, metal-fueled scream into the void? Yeah, that didn't feel like an ending. It felt like a beginning. Because if you dig into Dungeons & Dragons lore, the same game that mirrors everything in Stranger Things, there's a legend about Cass the Bloody-Handed. A knight who betrayed his dark master died, and came back as something else, a vampire. Sound familiar? Eddie dies fighting Vecna, the Dark Master. He's bitten by demobats, creatures that drain life. And his body, never confirmed, recovered, just gone. Fans have pieced this together like detectives in the dark. Eddie could return in season 5, not as the goofy hero with the guitar, but as Vecna's undead knight, half under his control, half trying to break free. Imagine the heartbreak. Dustin sees him again, but it's not really him. And maybe, just maybe in the final fight, Eddie turns his blade or his guitar against Vecna one last time. Theory 6. Max's mind still lives in Vecna's hive. When Max's body hit the ground, the world stopped. Lucas screamed her name, and for a moment, it felt like Hawkins had lost its light. But what if, and hear me out, Max never really left? Because if you remember, when Vecna takes his victims, he doesn't just kill them, he absorbs them, their memories, fears, their essence, all trapped inside his psychic web, his hive mind. So when 11 reaches into Max's mind in that hospital scene, and there's nothing there, not even darkness, maybe it's not that she's gone. Maybe she's somewhere else, inside Vecna. Think about it. Vecna's world is made of stolen souls, echoes of the people he's taken. Chrissy, Fred, Patrick, and now Max, the one person who escaped death, but not completely. What if in Season 5, 11 dives back into that hive and finds Max alive, not physically, but floating in that red mist, trapped between life and the upside down? And maybe Max becomes more than a victim. Maybe she becomes the key, the one who knows Vecna from the inside, his fears, his thoughts, and uses that connection to destroy him. It's haunting, but kind of hopeful, right? Because Max has always been the girl who fights when she shouldn't even be standing. So even if her body's broken, her mind might still be out there, skating through the storm. Thanks for watching, guys. But everything I just told you is completely useless. If you haven't seen this video, go click it, trust me, you'll thank me later.